Hi, this is Kimball Bullington, and I'm looking today at a work breakdown structure. It may look like I'm looking at a cause and effect diagram, but I'm really showing you at least part of the process that I use to create a work breakdown structure. And the first thing that I did was essentially what I call a sticky storm, but a one person or individual brainstorm. And I just use sticky notes, and pardon the shaky camera, but I just use sticky notes here on my desk and put a big pile of them out here, and then sorted them into groups. So that's called an affinity diagram. And from there I looked at which of the tasks or causes seem to be related the most. You could draw lines. I didn't want to do that on my desk here. You could do it with the whiteboard, or have a refrigerator for that purpose at home. And then basically the ones that are related to more of the other tasks, you figure those are a little bit more important. So I took the categories of the affinity diagram and used it to make a cause and effect diagram, because I can just see it better this way, I think. And so I had courses, and here's my different courses, which those numbers don't mean anything to you, but this is a graduate sort of introductory or overview supply chain management and operations course. This is undergraduate survey of supply chain management, and this is undergraduate survey of global sourcing. And BB is blackboard, WB is whiteboard, CED is a cause and effect diagram. So my research primarily looks like cause and effect diagrams and their use, this is one specific on environment, and so on. I'm collaborating at least some with Middle Tennessee professors and plan to continue that. Admin, this is came from a hint basically from one of the people that hired me, and said, I sure am looking forward to when you take over the administration of this program. So I'm trying to identify what the steps or tasks would be involved. You notice some are bolded and a larger font and a blue, and that's my at least first cut on these might be more important or more urgent. And then there were some personal issues here that I put into, instead of personal, just said Kimball, that's me. So here is a cause and effect diagram for Belmont Career Success, based directly off that combination affinity diagram and interrelationship diagram. Now I'm going to go next. I'm going to open another file here briefly, and we'll look at another cause and effect diagram. And here I used some form of the 6 M's. I substituted information and technology as just a trial substitution. Now, what does this add that you didn't have before? Well, since I added environment, there's a whole lot here to consider in environment. And also, measures didn't come up really in my original brainstorm. And so here's a number of measures, and some of these are critical. Particularly the number of students that we have is going to be really critical. Instead of admin, I'm looking here at people, and I got really specific on key people involved that I need to pay attention to and consider as I'm going through the process. I've got several processes here. The one that I've highlighted under processes is marketing, which if we're going to get more students, somehow or another we're going to have to market. And under technology, I'd highlighted Blackboard. That's their course management system, and it's one I haven't used before. We'll move on from there to sort of a combination of the two diagrams, and it looks like this. So it has that first 4 categories that we identified, but you've also added on the environment and the measures, which looks completely different. So I use Visio. I can create these fairly quickly. This is less than an hour's work to do basically all of what you've seen and get to this point. And then from here, I took essentially all three of these cause and effect diagrams and started working on my work breakdown structure, which looks like, let's see if I can get this here. I'll move this over here, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all of this in the screen, but pretty close. Let's see. So a work breakdown structure, and it's an indented outline of the tasks ahead of you. And I want you to use this format, 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.2.1, and so on, because that's what's used in the project management body of knowledge. I don't know if you'll be able to see this very well if I hold this up, but that's exactly the outline format that's used in the PMBOK, the project management body of knowledge, and it's used in the government. It's used in certified project management professional, CPMP, and so this is the standard. So I did this and created this work breakdown structure, which runs a little bit, about 2.5 pages of the outline. I will modify this because as I get into it, I will think of other tasks that I didn't originally think of. But you see sort of what they look like and sort of how I came here. I didn't just start with a brainstorm and write something down. I actually brainstormed, then did affinity diagram, then did interrelationship diagram, then 3 cause and effect diagrams. And again, maybe about an hour, hour and a half, somewhere in that neighborhood. Well, maybe about 2 hours. And then wrote the work breakdown structure. At every stage of that process, I added more tasks because something prompted more tasks. So people have asked me, why do you just stick these tasks on a diagram? Well, the diagram is helping you, especially if you're using a systemic diagram, one modified 6M. It's giving you prompts and helping you remember areas that you might have overlooked before. So hope this helps. This is my work breakdown structure for my project this term. Thanks.